Hello. Once again, I am here to review a movie in January. Hmm. This week it's the new Marlon Wayans spoof comedy 50 Shades of Black. Now look. When I walked into the theater, I knew what I was getting into. I knew I was going to get a really terrible movie, but I had hoped maybe it would make me laugh. Did 50 Shades of Black do that? For the most part, I will say yes, okay? I laughed. I mean, some of this movie's funny, and I'll get to that in a moment, but on the forefront, look, is this a good movie? God, no. God, no. This is a dumb movie. It's a dumb, over-the-top, ridiculous, stupid movie. But that's what it's supposed to be, isn't it? Come on. If you've seen A Haunted House 2, you know what you're getting into with these Marlon Wayans spoofs, okay? This is now a spoof on the ever-popular 50 Shades of Grey, the worst movie of last year. Anyway, it's a spoof on that. You know, there's not a whole lot to say about this movie, really. There isn't. If you know what you're getting into, keep your expectations low. You can honestly probably have a good time with this movie, because, I mean, I had an alright time with this movie. It's not a terrible, oh my god, this is the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not the greatest thing either, okay? I mean, you know, some of the jokes here, they're funny, but a lot of it's the same old comedy stick that you get nowadays. You know, it's the stupid, immature sex jokes and all. I mean, okay, obviously there's gonna be sex jokes in a spoof of 50 Shades of Grey, but it's the same, you know, oh look, there's a penis, oh look, there's, you know, we're doing Molly, we're doing cocaine, oh, it's hilarious, drug references, blah, blah, blah. It's the same shit that you see over and over. However, you know, usually these Marlon Wayans spoofs, usually their jokes are a little bit better than most of these terrible comedies that come out nowadays. And for the most part, here, you know, I laughed. I laughed a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. You know, there's some pretty funny moments actually in this movie where you will probably get a good belly laugh out of it, but for the most part, a lot of it's just kind of, you know, the, yeah, that was kind of funny type of comedy that you're gonna get. But, like I said, if you can go into this movie with your expectations low, and you can turn your brain off for an hour and a half, and just sit there and enjoy the movie for what it is, you can have a good time with this movie. I mean, some of the jokes are pretty funny, some of the jokes are pretty terrible and really forced and really awkward. I mean, there's some awkward humor in this movie that just, you look at it and you're like, should I laugh, or, like, is that supposed to be funny, or, like, what? I mean, there's a moment here where they spoof Magic Mike, and man, it was just weird. It was awkward. I was like, this should be funny, but it's really not. And oh my god, there's a joke in here where they spoof the movie Whiplash. They spoof the scene where where he meets Fletcher for the first time. He's playing drums, and Fletcher's going crazy at him. Am I rushing or am I dragging? You know, that scene. They spoofed that in here. And man, it was awkward, man. It was me and 5 other people in the theater tonight. I mean, that tells you how anticipated this movie is, but I was like the only one in the theater that got that reference. Everybody else was like, what the hell was this? And that's how it's going to be. There's going to be so many people that go to this movie that don't get that reference whatsoever, that they're just going to be like, it's just going to be awkward. And that's what I mean, there's some of that in this movie. There's also just the really forced humor where it just tries really, really hard to just be funny. Then there's also, though, like, there's some moments, like I said, that you will laugh at. Basically, guys, let me put it this way. If you, like I said, if you can walk in this movie expecting a Marlon Wayans spoof comedy, that's what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get a comedy classic by any means. You're not gonna get a good acted movie. You're not gonna get a well-written movie. You're gonna get a pretty terrible movie that happens to just have some funny moments that you can enjoy because you know it's supposed to be stupid and you know it's supposed to be ridiculous. That's what you need to do when you walk into 50 Shades of Black, okay? If you can do that, you can have a good time with this movie like I did. So, if I'm gonna judge it based on a movie itself, my score is going to be real low, okay? Like, if I judge it just on if I walked in the theater with my expectations, you know, high enough, I would give this movie like a 1.5 out of 5. I would. In terms of going into the movie, turning my brain off, sitting down expecting a pretty shitty movie, I can give it a 3. I can give it a 3. I can get it there. 3 out of 5. So, if you want me to be technical, I can go in between. I'll give it like a 2.5 out of 5. Even though that's not in between at all. A 2 would be rather, whatever. I'll give it like a 2.8. There you go. 2.8 out of 3 for 50 Shades of Black. If you are seeing this movie, get a group of friends together. Expect a terrible movie that has some pretty good, funny pop culture references and some good parody of movies and a Marlon Wayans spoof. That's what you got to expect with this movie. So there you go. Yeah. All right. 50 Shades of Black. I'll give it a screw it. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. We'll go with that. A 3 out of 5. Anyway, there you go. I don't know what the next review is going to be. I don't think I'm going to go see another movie this weekend. The only other one that's out there is, The Finest Hours and Kung Fu Panda 3. So the next review will probably be next week, which will be Hail Caesar. So until then, if you want to get a group of friends together and go have a quick little cheap laugh, you can do it with this movie. So there you go. 50 Shades of Black gets a 3 out of 5. All right. I'll see you next time.